Good morning, viewers. This is Bharati Ambarasan from the Department of Mathematics. I am going to discuss about the applet and graphics programming in Java. In this video, I am going to explain about the graphics programming, especially the class from java.awt known as graphics class, where the class consists of methods to draw lines and rectangles and also methods to draw circles and ellipses and methods to draw the arcs and polygons. Using these methods, it is possible for us to draw some line graphs also. After completing graphics programming, I am planning to explain applet programming. In applet programming, the first topic will be how to create an applet code in Java, followed by how to embed the applet code in a HTML file. Then finally, the applet lifecycle. We will see these two topics one by one. First, the graphics programming. Java.awt package consists of a class known as graphics. The graphics class object is very useful in Java applets to draw the lines, different shapes, images and text in different fonts and styles. Using these basic building blocks, it is possible for you to draw the drawings as per your imagination. Actually, it uses the screen coordinate system, which is a Cartesian coordinate system where the value of x ranges from 0 to x maximum and the value of y ranges from 0 to y maximum. The graphics class consists of lot of methods. Using those methods only we are going to achieve the purpose of that particular graphics class. Let's see the methods one by one. The first method is actually the set color method, which takes one parameter. The parameter is actually an object of a color class. If you are not using the set color method means, then automatically the default color will be considered for filling the colors. If you want to specify a specific color for your drawings means, then we have to make use of this method with the color object as a parameter. Then the next method is, if you are not using the set font method means, then the default font will be considered for displaying the text. Instead of that, if we have the set font method with one parameter, where the parameter is actually the object of the font class, which is also there in java.awt, then we can specify the required font for our applet. The next method is actually a drawString method. Normally in drawings, if we want to specify some of the titles and text within your diagram means, then we can make use of the drawString method. This method takes three parameters. The parameters are the string really we want to display and the location where we want to display in terms of a point x comma y. Then the next method is draw rectangle method. In draw rectangle method, we are passing four parameters. The parameters are actually a point in a rectangle. From that point, what is the width and the height of the rectangle? So that surrounding the width and height from the point, a rectangle will be drawn. Then the next method is actually the draw round rectangle method. The draw round rectangle method is like a rectangle method. Apart from having the sharp edges, it is going to have some sharp arc edges in this round rectangle method. So we have to pass two additional parameters apart from the point in a rectangle and width and height. We have to pass the arc width and the arc height. After drawing the rectangle and the round rectangle, we want to fill the rectangle with some specified color already set by you with the help of a set color method. For that purpose, we have a method known as fillRect method. FillRect method with the same rectangle specification so that it will be filled with the specified color. Likewise, if we have drawn a round rectangle means, then the round rectangle will be filled with the specified color with the help of this fill round rect method. Then the next method will be draw line method, which is a very basic method which is very useful for drawing the lines in your applet. While talking about a line, the parameters are going to be the starting point and the ending point. Here the starting point is going to be the x1, y1 and the ending point is going to be the x2, y2. So there is a line from x1, y1 to x2, y2 will be drawn. Then the next method is going to be the draw oval method. Actually, for drawing the circles and ellipses, we are using the same method known as the draw oval method. If we want to draw a circle means, then we have to give the last two parameter width and height same. Actually, the width is the x radius and height is actually the y radius. If the x radius is equal to y radius means for the center point x comma y, then the circle will be drawn. If they are different, that is width and the height is different means, then there will be an oval shape. The next method is after drawing the oval, if we want to fill the oval with the help of a specified color means, then we have to make use of a method known as fill oval method. Fill oval method takes the same oval as a parameter and fills the oval with the specified color which is already specified by you with the help of a set color method. Then the next method is going to be the draw arc method. So with the help of a draw arc method, it is possible for you to draw some circular or elliptical arcs. For this method, we have to specify the center point, the width and the height and the start angle and the arc angle, so that it is possible for you to draw an arc in your applet. The next is going to be what arc is drawn by you which can be filled by a specific color with the help of the fill arc method with the same arc which is specified by you in the draw arc method. The next method is going to be the draw polygon method. The very useful method for drawing polygons where the polygon is nothing but a collection of points which is joined by a straight line edges. While talking about the collection of points, here each point is specified by its x and y values. So we are having a set of x values in the first parameter which is an integer array. We are having a set of x values. The same number of y values are there in the next parameter as an array which is an integer array. Then the third parameter is totally how many points we are having in that polygon, so that the polygon will be a closed one starting from the starting point again reaching the starting point. The next method is going to be the fill polygon method with the same polygon parameters, so that the polygon is going to be filled with the previously specified color. If the previous specified color is not specified by you with the help of a set color method means, then it will be filled with the default color. Then the next method is draw polyline. Okay, so previous one is polygon and this is actually a polyline. Here also we are having a set of points, so the points are joined by straight line segments. How many points we are giving, that will be the third parameter. If we are giving a number of points means those points x values will be there in the first array and y values will be there in the second parameter. So the sequence of connected lines will be drawn with the help of a draw polyline method. So far we have seen what all are the methods which is available in graphics class of java.awt package. Using those methods, we can draw anything in our applet using a paint method. Okay, where the paint method is taking one graphics object as a parameter. If the graphics object is the parameter as an input means, using that graphics parameter, object parameter, you can call the method and you can draw as per your wish. So this is a sample program. See the program. If you are going to use this program in an applet means, then this method first calls the method known as set color and it uses color.gray. So the gray color will be the specified color right now. Then it uses the set font method with the font as per their wish specified. The font type, the font style and the font size will be mentioned in its constructor. So the specified font will be set. Then we can make use of the drawstring method to draw a particular title on the screen. Okay, so here the title is going to be Welcome to Dr. NGP, and the location where this title is going to be drawn is actually 50, 150. That means X value 50 and Y value 150. This is the location where we are going to have the output, where the output is going to be Welcome to Dr. NGP, where the font is going to be a serif font of size 24, and the font color is going to be the gray color as specified by you with the help of the set color method and the set font method. As I have already told you that using the methods already specified in graphics class, we can draw line graphs. While talking about the line graphs, there will be a set of data. We'll be connecting those data and we'll be showing a straight line graph. So we can do that with the help of storing the x values in an x array and y values in an y array, and total number of points in an integer called n. Now we can make use of a method known as draw polygon by passing these two arrays and n number of points so that there will be a line graph. So far, actually we have learned how to do the graphics programming using the graphics object and its methods. Now we will see the second topic of my video, which is going to be an applet programming. First, we have to know what you mean by an applet. In Java, it is possible for you to write an application or an applet. If you are writing an applet means, then automatically your class is going to be extended from an applet class, which is actually available in java.applet package. So first we will see what is an applet. Applet is actually a Java program that runs within the browser. Applet is a special type of Java program that is embedded inside the HTML code or a page in the form of a web page to generate the dynamic output. It runs inside the web browser of the client computer. If we are having an applet means, then we can run that in a browser where the browser must support that particular applet. If the applet is not supported by your browser means, in JDK we have a tool called as applet viewer. Using this tool also we can run an applet. While talking about an applet, I already told you that applet is nothing but a Java program where the class is extended from the applet class so that it will become an applet code which can be embedded in an HTML page, so it supports for web programming. While talking about an applet, there are two types of applets. One is a local applet and another one is a remote applet. The difference between the local applet and the remote applet is, local applet is nothing but an applet Java code which is stored inside your system, where the remote applet is actually the applet which is actually coming from the remote system via the internet, which is embedded in your HTML page, and you are trying to run those HTML page in a browser. Now we will see how to write an applet. So the heading is preparing to write an applet. As I already told you that when you have a class in your Java program, if the class is actually extended from an applet class, where the applet class is imported from a package known as java.awt as well as java.applet. Why I am saying that java.awt must also be imported, because the applet class is not having the main method. Instead of a main method, it is having a paint method which was discussed previously. where the paint method is using an object of a graphics class which will be available in a AWT package. So we have to import both java.awt package classes as well as java.applet package classes. Then only it is possible for you to write a Java code. So you have to write a Java class which is extended from the applet class which is imported by you previously. So your code will become an applet now. Remember one thing, while creating an applet program, you have to make use of an access specifier public because we are going to embed the applet code in a HTML and we are going to run it in a browser. So it must be very useful outside. So we have to access it outside means then the access specifier must be a public one. As I told you that instead of having a main method, the applet is going to have a paint method. Using the paint method with the graphics object, we can draw a lot of images which will be very interactive for the users. As I told you that after creating the applet Java code, next we have to embed the code within the HTML tag. Let's see how to embed the applet code in a HTML tag or HTML page. There must be a normal HTML page with the head followed by a body where the head consists of a title tag and the body must have an applet tag. The applet tag is actually very essential for embedding your applet code within this HTML page. Let's see an example of building an applet code. This is our first step. As I already told you that in order to do applet programming, first we have to create an applet in Java. Okay, so that is the first step. So in creating an applet code, here we have to import java.applet and java.awt. Then we are going to have a public class name, where the class is extended from the applet from the java.applet package, so that your code now become a applet. Within this class, we are going to have one method where the method is not the main method. Instead of main method, we are having a paint method where the paint method is having the graphics object G. Using the graphics object G, we are calling a method known as drawString where the string is welcome to ngp at location 500, 500. X is 500, Y is 500. So now we created an applet code in Java. Now what you are supposed to do is actually you have to save this particular code in a folder with the name same as that of the class name. See here, the class name is sample. So I am going to save this particular applet code with the name sample.java in a specified folder. After saving this applet with the class name.java, I have to compile it. Okay, there is no need to interpret it, just compile it. So go to the command prompt and move to a folder where you have saved this particular sample.java file and then set path. After that you compile with the help of a JDK tool known as javac. So in command prompt you have to type javac filename.java. Here the file name is sample. So I have to give javac sample.java. Once it is compiled and there is no compilation error means, then the folder consists of two files. One is sample.java, another one is sample.class. As I already told you that in HTML page we are going to embed this particular code. So the code is actually a compiled byte code, not the Java code. So now the sample dot class is going to be used as an attribute within the applet tag. As I told you that the first step is actually creating the applet in Java and then running that particular Java code so that it will become a byte code. So the bytecode is available to you in the name of file name dot class. Actually the class name is same as that of the file name, so that the file name dot class. So the second step is actually embedding that particular applet code within your HTML page. See the HTML page with head followed by a body. If you have head, then the head consists of some of the tags like title followed by a body tag, where the body tag consists of an applet tag. Within the applet tag, we are having the code equal to the compiled class file with height and width. This is the applet viewer size. Then save the file any name.html. Once it is saved means now you can run the applet by double clicking the HTML file. If the browser supports means then you will get an output in the browser. If the browser is not supporting means then you can make use of an applet viewer. In applet viewer we can make use of applet viewer filename.html. The applet viewer is also a tool in JDK which will be very useful for running your applet in an applet viewer. So your output is going to be at location 500, 500. There is a title known as Welcome to NGP. Next, the applet life cycle. The applet life cycle is very a simple life cycle. The born state with the help of an init method. From the init method, we can do initialization. After that, you can start the applet using a start method. Once the start method is specified means, then it changes its state from initialization state to running state. While it is in running, it is possible for you to stop at any time so that it will be moving to an idle state. From idle state or running state, it is possible for you to make the applet to become dead or destroyed. See here, there is an init method. So an applet is born. Then there is a start method. So it changes its state from born to running. When it is in running state, it is executing the paint method. At any time you can stop so that it can become an idle state. When it is in idle state at any time, again you can resume by calling a start method. Then you can make your running or idle applet to go to a destroy state by calling a method destroy. So this is actually the life cycle of an applet. Init method for initialization purpose. Running is actually nothing but executing the paint by calling a start method. Idle state is actually when it is running, it is possible for you to stop so that it will become idle using a stop method. At any time, whether in running or in idle, you can make the applet come to an end by a destroy method. Display method is nothing but your paint method, which will be always active and when applet is running. Passing parameter to the applet. If you want to pass a message to the applet means then that is possible with the help of a param tag. Within the param tag, whatever you are passing, which will be received by the applet using a get parameter method, then it will be displayed. Displaying the numerical values. Normally, drawString method alone is available in applet graphics object. So, if you want to display some numerical value means you convert the string value into a numerical value. Normally, you have a numerical value. So, numerical value must be converted into a string. Then that string must be used in a drawString method. So, this program, it is actually trying to display the numerical value which is converted into string, and the converted string value is displayed in drawString method. Thank you.